Hello, 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 Eagles family. It's your boy coming at you with a week 14 recap of the Philadelphia Eagles. Um, it wasn't looking pretty good out there at first, I might admit. I didn't get a chance to watch some of the games, but I was able to see it on Facebook live stream, and I saw what I could and see what I could see. And I must admit, it was looking real dim at first, the first, second, and third quarter. And the thing that really kills me about it though, is that the offense is still starting off slow. And I'm not exactly sure what the reason is for that. Maybe it's the lack of receivers, or maybe it's the lack of the running game. I'm not quite sure, but as usual, like last week's game against the New York Giants, offense started off slow. Offense of the opposing team started kicking up steam, scoring points. Well, the same thing happened again today in the first half of the game, according from what I saw on NFL Network. The Washington Redskins, they were up. Um, Eagles scored first 3-0, and then the Washington Redskins scored the first touchdown of the game itself. And then the Eagles scored again, which made it 10-7. And then before halftime, the Washington Redskins scored again, made it 14-10. So, but overall, offense started off slow once again in the first half, second half of the game, and when the offense actually started picking up. And from what I've seen of Carson Wentz stats, he threw for less than 50 passes this time around. I think it was like 20 something of 43. I think that's what it was. 200, 200 plus yards or 260 plus yards, somewhere along up in there. And I think he threw for 2 scores this time around. So, no interceptions. Thank God for that. But overall, the defense, once again, started giving up big plays over the middle of the field. They let one play go to a rookie wideout who caught the ball at the 40, and it turned out one of being a 70-yard touchdown play from the rookie quarterback Haskins, which, by the way, I believe is going to be a hell to be reckoned with next season, because if they get the right coaching and the right offense to fit that boy skill set, Washington will be a dangerous offense come next season. We already know about the Dallas Cowboys offense, and we saw clearly what the Giants did to us last week, going up 17-3. I think that's what it was, 17-3. Like I said, once again, 3 points that game, 3 points in this game. So offense need to get back into full gear. Defense need to start stopping people. Now that's also the situation. Defense wasn't able to stop the opposing offense. So I'm not sure exactly what offense the Washington Redskins was running, but I'm quite sure it might have been some read option plays, which is why the Eagles defense wasn't as good as it was against stopping the run play, because I seen one play where Haskins sprinted out the backfield and ran like 25 or 30 yards up the field before he actually got caught and tripped up for a first down play. Now, I'm not. I really don't understand this, because from what I've seen, the defense didn't get no sacks. They did get a few hits on their quarterback, but they didn't get no sacks at all. And as you quite see, what's in my hand, this is my Galaxy Tab Series 4 tablet I'm looking at. But overall, the Eagles won the game 37-27. It was 31-27, but when they scored the first touchdown, the final touchdown in the fourth quarter, the last minute of the fourth quarter, the Washington Redskins were getting ready to go back on the field, and when the rookie quarterback drew back to throw a pass, he wound up getting hit, which led to a sack and a fumble. And Nigel Bradham picked up the ball and sprinted 65 yards up the field for a score. And that kind of put an end to that entire game already. So the Eagles now have a 6-game win against the Washington Redskins. And we've beaten the Giants, I think, 8 or 9 times. And we own the all-time series against the New York Giants now, which is now 88-87. So no, 887 because we got to play the Giants one more time, which is at New York. But now with those two games out of the way, now we got to go. Now the Dallas Cowboys got to come to Philadelphia, and the Eagles are gonna have to be on their P's and Q's when it comes to playing the New York. When it comes to playing the Dallas Cowboys, because the Cowboys right now are playing the Rams, and from what I last seen, the Rams were down. I think by a touchdown. It went back and forth, 7-7. Then I think the Cowboys scored 14 before the halftime. I'm hoping that the Rams come back in the second half and beat the Cowboys because from what I've heard on TV is that the Cowboys are looking for some revenge against the Rams who beat them in the playoffs last year in the first round. So, I mean, if since we won today, we are now currently 7-7. We are a half game over 500, which is to me, it still. I'm not gonna say it's garbage. I'm not gonna say it's atrocious, but it's kind of in between the two, if you know what I mean. Because we should have been playing better than this, and we done won two games. We got a 2 game winning streak. So I'm hoping that the Cowboys lose today. And the game is currently going on now. So I'm in there watching the game while making the video for you guys. So I'm making my week 14 weekly report or recap, if you will. I'm hoping that the Cowboys lose the game. The Rams need to come back and take the game over in the second half of this game because the Cowboys, they'll mess with themselves. They still run the football, and everybody know when you stop the Cowboys run game, the quarterback, Des Prescott, is not really all of that. He's only good when the run game is key. And everybody knows that the key to the Dallas Cowboys is stopping Ezekiel Elliott. You stop Elliott, you stop that passing game. And everybody in the NFL knows that. And for us, every team in the NFL knows our secondary sucks. That's why our teams are going to continue to throw them 45, 50-yard bombs from their end of the zone. If they can throw the ball from the 20-yard line, from their 20, and it go over the 50, that's like 4 or 5 yards downfield. And once they get the ball downfield, then you know exactly where our weaknesses is because teams are not throwing it on the left side or right side of the safety and strong safety. They throwing it on the left and right of the cornerbacks because they know that our cornerback is the weakness on that side on both sides of the field. Ronald Darby and you got Jalen Mills. Those two guys right there themselves are not good, and they're not good, not strong in pass coverage. So we already know in the offseason it's going to be about wide receivers, and defensive back. That's what we need. We need some cover corners, some corners that can shadow the best receivers in the game. Even the ones that ain't the best, but the ones that coming up to be the best, we need defensive back that can do that. We've only got one defensive back that I consider real good, or two actually I consider real good. That's Malcolm Jennings and Avante. Is it Avante Adams? Did you think of the name? Avante Adams. I think his name is Avante. I think that's his name. But overall, they're my only two defensive backs. The only thing about Avante, he's short and fat. I think he's 5'8", but he's one of the best defensive. He's one of the best zone corners we got on our side of the defense. And them all two guys that I see that are pretty good. At first, I thought when Jalen Mills came back, I thought he was going to learn something by being on the sideline. Apparently, he hasn't learned much because he's still biting the double moves, and he's still biting the long stretch runs, the zone runs. He's still biting them runs, and the other boy, Ronald Darby, ain't no better. Teams are picked on him more than they picked on Jalen Mills. They know Jalen Mills are good at some point, but they know Darby ain't no good at all. Maybe Darby is better off playing. Maybe he better off playing nickel corner or something of that nature. Maybe playing the nickel fits him better. Because when you're playing on the outside, you got to be strong on the outside. You can't be weak at no point given. And that's how I feel about this. And then Carson Wentz did well for the third straight time. Two or three games that he played, he threw for more than 250 yards. Last week against the Giants, he threw for 200 yards. In the game against let me see, the other game against the other team that beat us, the Miami Dolphins, he threw for 200 yards. So he threw for more than 200. He threw for more than 250 plus yards for the first time all season, back to back to back. So that's going good for him. But we still need to get the man some protection. From what I've seen, defensive tackles are still coming in this man's face. So we have a weakness. Apparently, we got a weakness at center. Jason Kelsey, in past his prime, the guy 33, 34 years old. He passed his prime as one of the best centers in the NFL. And cause he still bite on the double moves or the counter moves that the defensive ends and tackles are giving him. Because from what I've seen, the motion defenses is where he has an issue against. It's like every time he played a team that played motion defense, he has an issue with that, and that's what the Washington Redskins play. The Washington Redskins is a motion defense. They're one of the better motion defenses in the NFL. They don't line up like you think they line up. They fool you somewhere along in their front four, and teams that have been doing that most of the season. The New York Giants is not a motion defense, but they done some motion in that game last week. And the same for the Miami Dolphins. And throughout the rest of the week that we went on losing streaks, teams have played the motion defense. They have linebackers in the middle of the A or B gaps, or they have put safeties in the middle of the A and B gaps. And when you think that the safety is coming, the safety not actually coming, he's backing out. So I mean, there's so many coverages that the Eagles have seen all season, but most of these coverages have been motion defense up front. And if you can't pick and choose who you're going to block, one of them guys is going to remain unblocked. And when they come unblocked, they coming up the middle in this man's face. And that's why he's throwing balls so low to the ground. That's why he's not able to get balls out, because every time he goes for a pass or go for a deep drop or drawback pass, there's always somebody in his face. That means he's not getting good blocking up front. And I believe the center is the key issue for this. So that means that we need a new center now. Because Jason Kelsey, like I said before, he passed his prime. He done his thing. He's a possible Hall of Fame center for the Eagles. Possibly, because he's been in the league now about 10. He's been in the league about 10 or 11 years in the game now. So he's already paid his dues. He done made his money. It's almost time to hang up the cleats. I'm not sure what the offense is going to look like next year as far as offensive line concerned, because Jason Peters, I'm not sure if he probably won't be back next year because he's playing under a 1-year deal. And Brooks got a new contract, and then Lane Johnson got a new contract, but he's currently hurt this time. He should be back next week. So, and Howard should be back next week. So, them guys we're going to need against the Dallas Cowboys defense. They play next week against the Eagles. The guys at Eagles next week. So there's so many things that the Eagles are going to need up front. So next week is going to be very crucial for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm not sure if some of you guys out there understand what I'm saying. If you do, let me know. If not, you're free to correct me on any mistake that I'm saying in this video. And some of you guys have been doing that, and I'm proud of you for that, and I thank you very much. But, like I said before, there needs to be some changes up front when this season's over with, because we're still not guaranteed to make the playoffs. But if we beat Dallas next week, not only do we win the division, but it also secures us a playoff spot. And then when we beat the Giants, we'll be 9-7, and the Cowboys will be 8-8. So that's what we're looking for. If the Cowboys will be 8-8, so we can knock their ass out the playoff, because they have beaten us 5 straight. 5 straight. It's time to snap that streak. Time to snap it. And it starts next week against the Dallas Cowboys, a rival, and that game should be televised. I'll probably be at home watching this game, and of course some of you all out there are going to be watching the game as well. So, um, to all my Philly faithfuls, good win today. We needed it, and now our playoff host is now secure. But we got to beat the Cowboys to enter the tournament. This is your boy signing out. Peace, one love. Like I said before, give me a thumbs up, or you can go ahead and write something at the bottom of the screen, or you can subscribe to my channel. Either one or all three will be fine with me. This is your boy signing out. Peace, one love. EAGLES Eagles!